Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Anne and today I'm going to be bringing you 5 vampire book recs. So it is almost spooky season and I have been in my vampire era, as I've been saying in almost every video. So I'm very excited to bring you some vampire book recommendations that might get you in the spooky mood, or if you're just feeling like having a fun time with some vampire books. So let's get into the video. First book is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is Ali Hazelwood's first foray into paranormal romance, and we're following our main character Misery. She is a vampire, and then we're also following, I can't remember his name, Lo. They end up in an arranged marriage because they have to try and stop war happening between their species, so they end up getting arranged marriage to kind of show that they are willing to work together. And I just really love this. I had the best time with this. I tabbed it up so much. I read this in my full moon readathon reading vlog, so I'll link that up above if you want my full thoughts on this. But I just had a really great time with this. I love how protective Lo is of Misery, and I love the vampirism in here, and I also really like the werewolves. I've been living my best life with these. So this is great. The mystery is kind of interesting because Misery has lost something that she's looking for, and she believes that Lo knows about it, so she's trying to do her little investigation while also trying to get to know her new husband. And I just really love their dynamic. They really start to get to know one another and really start to care for each other, which I really enjoyed. The next one is a little bit of a different vibe, but it is The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa, and this is more of a dystopian story. So in this one we're following our main character Allison, and she is a fringe rat. So basically she lives on the outskirts of this city where the vampires rule. Vampires have kind of taken over and they rule everything, and they have these little cities that are protected, and if you're on the outer fringes it basically means that you don't give blood to the vampires, so you're an outlaw basically. And Allison ends up getting caught up in a rabbit attack, which are these scary creatures that are kind of almost vampires, but it didn't work out and they're not vampires. And she gets in this attack, and a vampire comes across her and decides to change her, and now her so then she is forced to flee because her mentor has been captured, and she has to go out in the world and try and figure things out on her own. I really love this. I really love Allison. This is a trilogy. It is completed. It is a bit of an older novel, but I had the best time with it. Again, it's tabbed up, and it's probably something that I'm going to reread every year or so. I finally finished the whole series last year, which is great. I read book 1 and book 2 when I was a teenager, and then book 3 wasn't out yet, and then by the time I started reading again it was way past that, and I found this at the op shop. I like triggered this biggest memory of me reading this series, so I had to get the rest of the series. But I had the best time with this. I loved it. And yeah, if you're looking for a little bit more dystopian vibes with a little bit of a darker side to vampires, this one is definitely for you. The next one is Immortal Inheritance by L.A. McGinnis. I read this whole series. I read it back in 2020, I think, or was it last year? 2020. I think I'm pretty sure I read this whole series last year, and now I own the whole series because the author so kindly gifted them to me. So in this one we're following our main character. Logan, and she ends up getting this inheritance that from someone that she doesn't really know. She's very confused, and it's basically giving her this house. So she turns up to try and figure things out, and she meets Constantine. Constantine is this dark and broody guy who doesn't want her around and has told her he doesn't want her around, but she's very intrigued by him. She knows something weird is going on, but she's not 100% sure. So this is the back, just so I can give you a full synopsis. Constantine Dark was the altar I wanted to sit on. My darkest desires made flesh, a beautiful predator I've sworn to make mine. Nothing prepared me for Con, king of the Blackstone vampire clan, nor for Robert Lockhart, who has the power to draw me out of the shadows after 9 long years in hell. As I'm pulled deeper into their savage world of blood feuds and death curses, I feel more alive than ever despite the danger. My enemies are no longer human. They're faster than me, they're stronger than me, and they have fangs and magic. But they aren't smarter, and that will be their downfall. So as we're going through this, it is a 4-book, well, mainly a 3-book series. This one is more of a standalone within this same clan. But I love this. This is more set in a contemporary world. So vampires are very unknown. It is still quite secretive. And we just get to know Logan and Constantine and Robert, which I really, really love. This is a reverse harem and I just had the best time with it, and I definitely want to reread the series at some point. The next one that I want to recommend, which I also read in my full moon readathon vlog, is Die For You by Lauren Jackson. I've showed you the pretty special edition. I just got the paperback in the mail by a wonderful friend of mine who sent me this, and this is about our main character who witnessed her sister's death, but then a year or so later she actually sees her sister and believes that she is actually alive. So she goes on this hunt to try and find her sister because she believes she's still alive. And then we also go to our main character, our second main character, who is Hunter, and he is someone who's made a mistake and has ended up becoming our main character, Rhea's bodyguard. And it's their journey of trying to find his sister and figure out what's going on, while also trying to figure out the mess that they've got themselves in with each other. And I had a really good time with this. I read this pretty much in a day. It was so quick to read. It kind of gives me Twilight meets the Vampire. Yeah, so it says Twilight meets the Vampire Diaries in this steamy romantasy which will leave you thirsting for more. It is really good. I had a great time with it and I really, really enjoyed it. It definitely gives you that Twilight vibes with the dark town where the vampires kind of congregate, because it's dark and dreary, but it's set in Australia, which I thought was really cool. And the last book that I have for this recommendations is Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. So this is a epistolary novel, so it's written in a letter format, and we are following our main character Constanta, and she is kind of telling you the story of how she met Dracula and how she became Dracula's bride. This has polyamory, it has so much good stuff in here. It talks a lot about abuse and obsession, torment. It talks about so many important things and I love this. This is going to be one of my favorite books of the year so far this year. I think it is just stunning, amazing, beautiful, and it is beautifully written. I have highlighted so many things in here. So here is like the first page pretty much. But I was your war bride, your faithful Constanta, and you loved me for my will to survive. You coaxed that tenacity out of me and broke it down in your hands, leaving me on your work table like a desiccated doll until you were ready to repair me. You filled me with your loving guidance, stitched up my seams with thread in your favourite colour, taught me how to walk and talk and smile in whatever way pleased you best. I was so happy to be your marionette at first, so happy to be chosen. And yeah, it's just so good. Some of these chapters are very, very short. Like here you literally get just a sentence and it's so impactful, it's so beautiful, and I just love it. So those are all my vampire book recommendations for you. Some of these I read quite a while ago, some of them are new reads, but I had a great time. If you have any vampire book recs, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Bye!